Do you have any thoughts or anything you feel like we need this?
Buy low, sell high. That's the answer for everything. When I was a kid, I would sit around and read Time magazine and Ebony and Jet. It was my window to the rest of the world. And it was a world that, I grew up in the ghetto. I lived in the basement part of my life. I didn't have my own bed until I was like 7 years old. I mean, this was a world that I could only see through reading magazines and newspapers and whatever, seeing what the real world was like. This is my office. This is where I spend lots of my time out here in Jersey because I can't get away from the computer, can't get away from Bloomberg either. This photo, that's in the 80s when glasses were very big and very heavy as well. The first time I actually walked into a newsroom was when I was leaving high school, and it was like an eye-opener. That was in the day when people would write stories at their desks, smoking cigars on their manual typewriters, and they'd rip it out and say, "Copy!" The copy runs over and grabs the piece of paper and runs it up to the desk. It was fun. I immediately said, this was what I was made for. This cover was the one I got at my 25th anniversary. These are badges from the presidential race. Bill Clinton, Al Gore. It was so much fun to go see the electricity that was there for that. And then this was Bob Dole. Not nearly as much fun. Journalism is something else. It's not the who, what, when, where. Everybody can do that. But it's the why and the how, being able to explain to readers what they need to know. I mean, I know Bloomberg, it's sort of corny to say it, but context does change everything. Providing that context to people is the value we add, but it's also just a great contribution to society. This was me as a high schooler, had a lot of hair. This was me in my college graduation picture, and I had even more hair. One of the problems with the journalism business is that it has not been particularly diverse over time. What happens when one walks into a newsroom and they see there aren't people like me here is that you have to sort of figure out how you want to navigate that situation. To me, the way to navigate it is that I have to be very confident in my own abilities and not sort of take the defensive angle, which is that, oh my God, there's nobody like me here, so therefore I'm not going to succeed. So instead, you come and say, well, I can deal with this. I went to show what a magazine looked like back when I was young and frisky. This is the actual staff list, very, very long, and yours truly is right up here, which is what I always wanted career-wise. Chief of correspondence at the top of the name. Great memories, things that I will always remember, and people whom I will always love. I'm being forced to show all of these at once. Don't blame me. Retiring is scary. I mean, one reason it's so scary is because I have worked my entire life, including my teen years when I worked at Six Flags over Mid-America. So the notion of getting up and not having a place to go is scary as hell. I am ready for it, I guess, as ready as you get, but I also understand that I don't want to just sort of check out. I'm not going to Florida and lay on a beach. I'm planning to take a class starting next semester, and I want to keep my mind active, and I certainly want to keep reading all the journalism I can. That's the one that works for most journalists right there,